Welcome to the My Mind is a Weapon podcast.
Welcome in, guys. What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin' this Saturday morning? I am your host, sleezballff. Welcome into My Mind is a Weapon fantasy football show. Today is episode 5. We are going to be going over 5 players that 100% I am not drafting no matter what. We are going to be live on YouTube. You can also find it on Apple and Spotify as well. All the support is appreciated. If you want to smash a sub, follow, all that helps. I'm trying to bring you my best content to help you win your leagues. Now, these 5 players I'm going to talk about here are at value, right? So it's not like, oh, don't draft them if they fall to you. Of course, if they fall a couple rounds, people don't like them, then the value gets better. But I'm using Fantasy Pros rankings, and these are players that I am not touching no matter what in redraft at all this season, and you should not be either. And let me tell you why. The first player I'm going to talk about here is Puka Ngata. Current ADP on Fantasy Pros is 10. That is a first round pick, and I just can't get around it. And let's talk about why here. So he finishes as wide receiver 4, 105 receptions, 1,486 yards, breaks the rookie record, 6 touchdowns, right? All this is with Cooper Kupp hampered. You got to remember also, Kyren Williams missed a couple games. They couldn't figure out the running back situation, so they leaned on the wide receiver more and more. Tyler Higbee goes down. Puka Ngata gets more and more targets. All these are exacerbated into one big year for him. Now everyone is back healthy. You have Cooper Kupp back at 100%, who wasn't healthy all last year. Puka Ngata played the Cooper Kupp role last year and dominated with it, of course, right? Because Sean McVay is an absolute genius. Now Cooper Kupp is back, and they're saying he's already the star of camp, which is crazy at 31. And I promise you, the Triple Crown winner is going to come back and outproduce Puka Ngata at a better value. I've been tweeting it all year. So if you want to check my Twitter to make sure you stay up to date, it is sleezballff as well. It's crazy to me that he's going this high. I can find better value, and I'm going to give you players for each player as well that I think is better value in that area. And this pick to me hinges on you drafting him as a top 10 pick. That's banking on you're hoping Cooper Kupp gets hurt. The value he's going to return with Cooper Kupp should be in the 30s, possibly, high 20s is where I'd rank him ADP wise. But I just don't see him ever returning a top 10 value with everyone on this team healthy. I mean, I know it looks like, oh yeah, on paper, last year he killed it. Yeah, but there was so many metrics and things that went into it to give him all this amount of volume that he's not going to see this season. So I would take as looking for ADP players here. This is a top 10 pick. I mean, give me Garrett Wilson. Give me, if you're targeting wide receivers, give me Davante Adams. Give me the true ones that are going to see 30+% target share on their season. I'm even willing to take Marvin Harrison Jr. He's in a better situation. He only has Trey McBride. You could even throw out Drake London if you wanted to with Kyle Pitts. I think he's at a massive target share. He's going to have it improve with Kirk Cousins. I'd rather have him. I just can't get around Puka Ngata's value at this high. The second player I'm going to talk about here just got his rookie quarterback, just got some more weapons, probably landed at the best situation he possibly ever could as a number 1 pick. And the Caleb Williams now has DJ Moore as his wide receiver 1, right? Or that's the quote unquote right now, wide receiver 1. By ADP values, they rank him at 1. And I don't, and here's why. He's going at 34 off the board, which is crazy. He was wide receiver 6 last year with 96 receptions, 1,364 yards, 8 touchdowns, right? Now, he didn't have anybody else there besides Cole Kmet, right? Now you get Keenan Allen. Now you get Romo Dunze. Now you get DeAndre Swift, who's also very good pass catching out the backfield. But here's my number 1 bugaboo fluke here with the Bears. Their offensive line is the worst in the NFL. So when you think DJ Moore is going to go get all these deep ball plays that happen with Justin Field, yeah, Caleb Williams will break free. DJ Moore will catch a couple deep bombs. He'll have a couple spike weeks. You know that. But the consistency that he had last season is not going to be there this year. The offensive line is going to be crumbled so fast that you're going to be looking for the quick shots, the security blankets. Rookie quarterbacks always target tight end security blankets. Who's the best security blanket in the past 10 years in football? Probably Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is a better value to me in draft to pick in the 5th round than DJ Moore in the 3rd round. And these are how you win your leagues right here. So when you have ADP 34 and you're looking in this range, I'm gonna pull up the list here. Give me Michael Pittman, give me Jalen Waddle, give me DK Metcalf, give me Cooper Kupp, give me Amari Cooper. All these guys are going to see higher target share percentage. You're going to be gambling week to week on who is going to pop off. This is not a value you want to do in your first 3 picks of your draft if you're trying to win your league. You want a substantial player that is a 1 on that team. Your first 3 rounds should always be a 1 wide receiver. I'm not saying always draft wide receiver. I'm saying if you target wide receivers, they should be the 1 or an alpha 2, right? He's in such a bad situation. I bet his target share is around the 20s, low 20s, right? From 30% last year. He was the 9th overall in target share last year. Not going to happen this year. Not worth the value. Avoid it at all costs. I promise you. I don't want DJ Moore at all at that value. The third player here, the diva, if you know who I'm talking about, is finally out of town. And that is going to be Stefon Diggs. This guy, I can't believe he held wide receiver 10 last year overall. So he fell apart last year, shambles down the stretch. The coaching staff, everybody was in the locker room hating it. They wanted him out of town. They finally get him out of town. Houston gets him, and he's still going at ADP 39 right now. When Nico Collins and Tank Dell, if he stayed healthy last year, would have both been top 15 wide receivers with CJ Stroud. Stefon Diggs' numbers last year were insane target share, 29.5%. You're not going to get that with Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz, Joe Mixon, who's amazing out the backfield. And you have to think about the Texans offense that everyone can't wait to see. They might blow teams out and pound the run game. At least 6-7 games, you got to think that they might have a heavy lead in. Stefon Diggs is not going to be getting targets and target share in those games. So the value around him right now is insane to me. I'd rather have Tank Dell in the 60s. Again, I'll name DK Metcalf, Cooper Kupp there below him. Amari Cooper, Malik Nabers, I'd take over him. George Pickens, again, I love George Pickens this year. All these guys are alpha 1 volume, right? Now that he's in a trio, again, with a week-to-week gamble, is Nico Collins going to pop this week? Is Tank Dell going to pop this week? Is Diggs going to pop this week? Diggs might see like the most consistent targets out of all of them, like 6 to 7, but I don't see the value at all of a 3rd-round pick, and I'm avoiding Stefon Diggs at this value all day. I wouldn't even think about it. Sorry, I got a little cough going. The 4th player that I am not targeting at all this season, this should be a no-brainer for everyone. Everyone should have a red X on this guy's legit ADP right now. Aaron Jones, okay? Current ADP is 59. That is round 5, okay? How in the world? He finished as running back 37. Oh, I put wide receiver on there on my live show, so don't look at that. That's a mistake. 146 attempts, 656 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a couple catches, I think 30 receptions, nothing amazing on that side either, like the old Aaron Jones, right? Missed 5 games in the past 2 years, only played 1 season healthy in his entire career. He is heading into age 30. Why is he going in the 5th round? Ty Chandler is going to have this job. I'm not wishing an injury on anybody, but if there's anybody that has the highest risk in the NFL right now, it is Aaron Jones. 5 MCL injuries, a foot injury, hammy injuries. Every single injury he has had is on his right leg. So it's so delicate. Like if anything happens to that right leg, one shot, it's over. This value is not anywhere near I would touch for him. It drives me nuts that he's going in the 5th round. I mean, you got to look at this here. So let's say you go wide receiver heavy, you play 0 running back ball or hero or 0, whatever you want, whatever your strategy is. And Aaron Jones is here at 59, right? You have Ramondre Stevenson, I like way better, just got paid. You have Najee Harris. That's going to be a little sketch with Jalen Warren, Arthur Smith, but the offensive line, they revamped it big time. So I think Najee Harris will also outproduce Aaron Jones. I don't like DeAndre Swift, but here are my 2 hitters that are 20 picks later that are way better to me in value. Zamir White and James Conner are 100% going to outproduce Aaron Jones. Why? Because they will stay healthy. James Conner always misses like 1 or 2 games, the same thing. But he always has little tiny injuries, nothing major, and until when he first came into the league. But I cannot get around this value. In the quarterback situation, you have Sam Darnold to start, J.J. McCarthy to come in. I know you still have Jettis and Addison. Hawkinson's hurt. I don't like the situation for Aaron Jones at all, and I'm avoiding it 100,000,000%. This last guy, man. The last guy that I'm avoiding 100,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000%. I've been tweeting for about 3 months now about Jaleel McLaughlin and how he's going to be the guy in Denver, and to avoid Javonte Williams at all costs this season. Let me tell you why. So his current ADP is 89. He's not a top 5 round pick like the first 4 players. So the value you cut, from 8th to 9th round, not as big as the first 5 like I was talking about. But Javonte Williams, I've been watching press conferences with Sean Payton and the Broncos, all minicamp, all offseason, everything there is. He's never talked about Javonte Williams once. He always brings up Jaleel McLaughlin. He always brings up Estime. Why? Because he drafted them. He handpicked them. He had nothing to do with Javonte Williams when he came in as the head coach. His contract is up this year, and I promise you this is the last time you will ever see Javonte Williams as a starting running back in the NFL. And I hate to say that, but I just know it. It's just absolute gut feeling. Halfway through the season, you will not see this guy. I mean, look at his numbers. He had 217 attempts, 774 yards, 3 touchdowns, running back 29 last year, and everyone was super hyped on him last year at the preseason. He's back healthy off the ACL. Russell Wilson, they're going to do it, and he does nothing. Okay. Same thing is going to happen again this season, except it's going to be faster. Why is it going to be faster? It's going to be faster legitimately because the Broncos are 4.5 wins in Vegas, right? That's their over-under. Absolutely terrible. So if you have 3 wins on the season, what are you going to be looking to do as a team? Get younger. Look at the players I drafted. See what I have. See, they're not going to be looking for Javonte Williams at all. You're going to see Estime. You're going to see Jaleel. You're going to see Mims. You're going to see Franklin. You're going to see all the younger guys because the season's already torn, and they're going to be playing for the number 1 spot again next year probably. I mean, if not number 1, number 2. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Why would you want a running back in that situation? I do not want nothing, absolutely zero, nada to do with him, and I've been tweeting it forever. And if you want to follow my Twitter, it's sleezballff, so you can catch all the content as well. And if you draft this man, we need to talk when it's over. So that is it for my top 5. It was a very quick, short podcast episode today, guys. It's so hot. I need to go get in the pool, man. If you live on the West Coast, stay cool. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Look, I'm sweating, man. It's 120 out here. So that's it for me, guys. Everyone have a good Saturday afternoon. I will be live drafting here probably at about 11:30, so like an hour from now on Drafters on my YouTube channel as well, sleezballff there as well. If you want to come through and draft with us, I've got some really, really good people that draft with me, so it's very good practice. I never mock as well, so I think mocks make my team worse, man. But that's it for episode 5, guys. Episode 6 will drop tomorrow or Monday. It's going to be my full running back ranking, so that will be a longer episode. This was a short, quick 15-minute one. But thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.